Welcome to the Inc. Productivity Tip of the Day. Today's tip. Why does success often feel like failure? Science says blame the negative lumping effect. An expert opinion by Jeff Hayden. Say you've averaged landing 40 new customers a month over the past year. You really want to ramp things up, so you set a goal of landing 100 new customers next month. Most importantly, because a goal without an action plan is just a dream, you do a number of things differently to achieve it. You make more cold calls. You rework your sales pipeline. You implement new pricing strategies. You leverage referrals. You work your butt off to achieve your goal. Unfortunately, you fall a little short. You only had 94 new customers. How do you feel? Science says you're bound to be disappointed, even though 94 new customers is way more than 40. A study published in Psychological Science found that people dismiss relative gains, even when those gains are considerable. Psychologists call that the negative lumping effect, the tendency to dismiss achievement, no matter how great the improvement, even when you fall short of a seemingly impossible goal. Say profits are small and you want to cut costs by 10% this month. Oddly enough, whether you only cut 2% or 5% or 9%, the result feels the same. Even though 2% is good, 5% is better, and 9% is great. Even though the difference between where you started and what you accomplished is huge. Still, you feel like you failed, which is not just a problem in the moment, but also in the future. As the researchers write, falling short signals an eschewal of doing the bare minimum and lacking serious intent to change, making these gains seem less deserving of recognition. Critically, participants then checked out. They under-rewarded and under-invested in efforts toward merely incremental improvement. In all experiments, participants lumped together absolute failures but not absolute successes, highlighting a unique blindness to gradations of badness. When attempts to eradicate a problem fail, people might dismiss smaller but critical steps that were and can still be made. Or in non-researcher speak, if you don't hit your target, you'll probably quit trying, or you'll scrap the process you created to hit a goal. After all, it didn't work, and start over again, even though you're clearly on the right track. So how can you combat the effect of negative lumping? How can you keep falling a little short of a goal, especially a huge goal, from feeling like total failure? The key is to look forward and backward. Measuring yourself against a goal is obviously valuable. Striving to reach a goal, evaluating your progress toward that goal to modify your approach, your strategies, your daily activities. Goals are valuable because they help you establish and then shape the process you create to reach that goal. Since you can't decide how to get there if you don't know where you're going, you need to measure yourself against a goal. But you also need to make sure you look back to see how far you've come. If your goal was to land 100 customers and you only landed 94, still, you've grown your customer base by a significant amount, and you've learned a lot about how to turn leads into customers. If your goal is to work out 5 days a week and you only work out 4, still, you've made definite strides in improving your fitness. And you can figure out how to remove the barriers that keep you from working out 1 more day a week. Relative improvement is still improvement, and it provides a knowledge and experience base you can use to adapt, revise, optimize, and continue to improve. Because here's the thing. When you look forward, your failure is relative. When you look backwards, your success is absolute. You grew your customer base. You got fitter. Whatever you hoped to do, you're closer than you were. So use goals to inform processes, to track your progress, and to make smart course correction. By all means, measure yourself against your goals, but don't forget to look back and measure yourself against the progress you made, especially if your efforts fall short of your goals. Failing to hit a target is just failing to hit an arbitrary and possibly unreachable, at least in the short term, target. Progress is actual. Progress is tangible. Progress, no matter how small, is an achievement to take pride in and use as motivation to keep making progress. Because shorter-term goals are fun, but where you end up is all that really matters. That's it from Inc. You can find more articles and expert opinions from today's top business and thought leaders at Inc.com. Be sure to come back tomorrow for another tip from Inc.